Good afternoon. Welcome. I'm Erik. Welcome to my straightforward broadcast live. If you're watching us, please like us, share us, write a comment. And we have a very, very special show here tonight afternoon. And my first guest is an actor almost for 55 years now. He was nominated 5 times to Emmy Awards. You saw him in Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and many other movies, theater, television programs. Good afternoon, Mr. Jonathan Banks. Thank you so
Good
much.
afternoon. Good afternoon. Good to see you.
Yeah, same here. Thank you so much for joining my show. How are you doing this day?
Well, I'm right here, and I think I'm glad I'm not in New York. I've been able to get out a lot more here. Although, you know, we're spiking in California. Our curve is rising, or we're spiking.
Yeah, unfortunately. And you know, it's interesting about you because I know a little bit about your story, and you are like facing the nature the last few years in all kind of unexpected ways. It's starting a few years ago that you lost your house in the burnings in LA, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, and you rebuild it. It's
So right now we were in the house for 30 years, and my wife just left here to go up to the rebuild. They're putting the roof on the house. It's been let me see, November the 9th, 2018. So maybe 5 more months and we'll be in the house, the rebuild. But we lost everything, anything you can imagine. If you walked out that apartment door right now and went, oh, I forgot something, and it's not there.
Wow. And how hard is to recover from that? I understand that you lost all your memories, pictures.
My letters to Santa Claus, the kids, I have 4 kids, their letters to Santa Claus, and my grandfather's bookcase that he built by hand in 1910 probably, that he never dreamed it would burn in a fire in Malibu, California. First of all, in 1910, there was no Malibu, California. But no, it kicks you in the heart, but you know what? You move on. No matter what, you move on.
Yeah, life is so strong. And now, suddenly, a few months ago, this COVID-19 crisis, where did it find you? You were in the middle of a project, you worked on something new?
Well, no, I had just come back from Canada. I had just done some work up there. And, you know, I'm 73 years old. So it's one of those things where my wife and I we did everything that we were told. We really locked ourselves down.
Yeah.
And I'll go back to work in September in Albuquerque for the last seasons of Better Call Saul.
Wow.
And, you know, I still feel like, you know, people don't quite know what they're doing. There's no vaccine. So I'm a little tentative, to say the least.
Yeah, I understand. All these things that happened to you the last few years, it changed your the way your relationship to material things.
Well, I'll tell you what it reminds me. I mean, that clock is running. So when you finish doing this interview with me, I would grab your wife by the hand. If you still got to put on a mask, put on a mask. And there is no deadline right now. Go out, take a great walk. Go to the park. If it's a nice day in New York, go to the park. Even if it's not a nice day, take an umbrella and go to the park.
Yes, I understand. And so how you spend your time the last few months inside of the house? You got to know your wife better after all these years?
Well, I'm married to a bloodthirsty Spaniard, so you got to be very, very careful. No, and that's her up over my shoulder there.
Yeah.
There she is. No, she's the best, and it's actually, you know, it's a great time. It's a great time for reflection. At the very beginning, You know, there's the fear and a little bit of depression, or maybe a lot of depression. No, we had it pretty easy because we had a yard that we could walk out into.
Oh, yeah, it's a big difference.
And I mean, that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I know. I hear you. Just 2 weeks ago, we went the first time to upstate New York. And my father-in-law has a yard there, and suddenly it's wow, because we stayed in a room for a long time.
Right.
Just a different kind of life. You can even forget about it for a few hours.
Right.
Yeah. So, Mr. Vance, you are really had a pretty amazing resume during the years, but maybe what made your name big all over the world is after you're performing in Breaking Bad, and the start was a coincidence, right?
Yes. No, I mean, Vince Gilligan and Tom Schnatz, when they were in school in New York, they used to watch a show called Wise Guy that I did in the 1980s. And it was a good show about the infiltration of the mafia. Anyway, they were big fans. And Bobby Odenkirk, who had just signed on, I came in the last show of season 2. But for that show, Odenkirk was the lawyer that was supposed to get rid of the body when Jesse's girlfriend ODs.
Yeah.
Well, he had just come onto the show, and he'd already made a commitment to another show that he had to honor. So I don't know. I guess my name came up, and Vince and Tom and Peter and the writers went, "Oh yeah, let's get that guy." And I thought I was just going to go in and do one show, but apparently it worked out.